We've seen a lot of action at sea against the Crooksburg slavers. It's good. The less of them, the better. However, it's having a toll on our ship and crew. So, despite being back in Nekataka now, and safe from enemies at sea, we will have to come up with a better plan when sea battles do occur. If it's a galleon or a junk, we should try and flee until we get our own junk. If not, then head right for them and board their ship. Otherwise, we will not fare too well if we attempt to use our cannons. A ship our size and smaller, no problem, but not one larger. So we encountered the ghost ship on the way to Nekataka, and the captain decided to let us go. If we encountered them again, would they let us go again? It was a big ship, and speaking of dangerous battles at sea, I have no idea how deadly their crew might be if we did try and board them. I just hope we never see them again, but I have a feeling that someone in the Principi will want us to find them, as strange as that all is. If they are preying on Principi ships, then at some point, someone will have to try and eliminate this ghost ship. But that's for a later time. Here in Nekataka, we have bounties to turn in, and people to hunt down. I don't think the relationship between the Velera and the Bardatto is going to improve. I've also helped the Bardatto woman in charge, I forget her name, to the point where there's really nothing else I can do but continue on with harming the Velera. So I'm not sure. I think this course of action just has to be taken through to its end, which means she wants the head of the place killed, of the Velera family. Not the optimal outcome that I wanted, but well, let's find it. Kill Ezzali Velera. That's her name. Ezzali Bardatto has given up on any pretense of keeping the peace. She asked me to kill the head of the Velera family, Ezzali Velera. So I believe that he was upstairs. Now, I don't want to go and kill everybody in here. I don't want to have to fight my way. Orso Velera. Attila is upstairs, is he not? Kind of puts us in a bit of a dangerous situation. If the entire home turns against us, we're going to have to fight our way. And it looks like there's could be a few dozen people. He has guards outside.
I wasn't even there. Blame Balder if you must.
You are a miserable influence on this family.
Let's see.
Ezzali will be sharpening her knives. It's time for us to do the same.
Gods help my churlish braggart of a son. How did it ever get to this?
Attila turns to me in surprise.
You, what are you doing here?
I think Ezzali's very upset.
Ach, the only thing to do now is strike before she does.
What would you have us do? Kill Ezzali?
Attila brings a trembling hand up to his cheek.
Kill all of them. No witnesses. No Bardattos.
Is he serious, Attila?
God help us, he is.
Postanago, I have no interest in helping you wipe out a high-seated family of the Republics over a petty feud. Are you dear wooden?
You would have a smile while our enemies kick us in the teeth? Perhaps I am too long out of the Republics.
Martino turns to me, setting a hand over his heart.
I'd go myself, but this does not work without a Velera alibi. As far as our guards are concerned, you were playing dice during the massacre. Ak?
And I'm supposed to trust you?
Ah, we Veleras stick by our allegiances.
So be it, Kores.
Attila turns away, unable to look at his son. He wants me to turn on Ezzali Bardatto. If I wish to side with the Velera family, I must kill all the Bardattos. See, Ezzali just wants me to kill the head of the family, Attila Velera.
On it.
I don't think Pallegina's going to like this, but there's also a guard in here. I don't like this either.
What for, Cap?
Yeah?
Ado, I hear you witnessed an unfortunate exchange behind the Adra Mill.
Attila aims a troubled look at Martino.
You kept Laro and Orso from the Beyond. We could use such a mediator.
Really?
What can I do for you?
You're having some kind of trouble with the family next door.
Ach, the Bardatto Bank shuts us out of investments and stifles our finances. This is the richest prospect on Iora, but we cannot grow our family business.
Can't make coin at the expense of others? Now that's a crying shame.
Eyes narrowed, the priestess crosses her arms over her chest.
If you know a better way of squeezing profit out of these islands, I'm open to hearing it. Ezzali is a rich thug, and someday she will get what's coming to her.
I want to talk to you about the Bardattos.
If we must. What is it?
Frowning, Attila beckons me to continue. I think your family should consider a truce.
Shoddery. Our disagreements are beyond the point of shaking hands. This is not your feud. If anything, I question your interest.
You're a businessman. You would know if my investment was false.
You have little to gain by peace between our families, but you speak as if you might.
Attila purses his lips.
You want to help? Convince Ezzali to negotiate. She ignores my invitations. Until then, leave me be.
Attila turns away from me, intent on focusing anywhere else. Yeah, I'd rather have this route. At least we'll try for diplomacy. Okay, let's go see Ezzali. Ezzali, we meet again.
I have yet to hear the wailing of Velera mourners.
Ezzali blinks at me. Can't you settle your differences with Attila?
I once entertained the idea of peace with Attila.
Ezzali taps her chin.
Now, I'd rather march his family into the sea.
He lives for now.
Then you had better go and fix that, shouldn't you?
She banishes me with a wave. I don't know if I can convince her.
I have yet to hear the wailing of Velera mourners.
I had other questions.
Then ask. But do not waste my day with trivialities.
I don't know if I can do anything, actually. She's set on this. Turn on Ezzali Bardatto is what Attila Velera wants me to do. There's nothing I can do besides kill one or the other at this point. They're dead set on it. I think I'm going to try and just kill Ezzali. Not Ezzali, the head of the Velera family.
Well, is it done? Is the Bardatto family dealt with?
House Velera has seen its last sunrise.
Martino, to arms!
Scrambling to retrieve his weapon, Attila advances.
Take him down!
Yes.
Distractions! Worth and rough!
Just one.
There's a lot of them, so we are fighting the entire family.
Leading.
Okay, I just killed the head of their house. That helped.
Let's go. Not so hard.
Never you mind that, miss. I'll land the next one.
Definitely not the outcome I wanted.
Was raising the deer wood not enough for you? You have just killed a prominent member of a high-seated valiant family. I am not going to stay here to see what excuse you have, or who will be next to die by your hand. I should have known entering your company was a mistake. Gores, Watcher.
Well, she seems to have left.
Yeah.
I don't regret that.
Yeah.
But at least it's just us taking down this family, instead of the Bardattos
Right.
doing it themselves, and a real bloodbath happens.
I'll get it open. Got it.
C'est la vie. I don't plan to go and take everything from the rest of this family. Well, I take it this is the head of the family's
Yeah.
bedroom.
I'll get it open.
Trap chest, disarmed it,
Finished.
unlocked. Well, we definitely will need somebody else. It doesn't mean that we can't be allied with the Velera, at least what's left of them, the Bartello. They'll be happy with us. Let's see if we can get out without fighting. We're short now. No.
Take him down.
We just have to do the best that we can do.
I'll be more than half-handed, you are.
Hogwash! Just like that. What can I do you for?
Worth it, rough.
So help me God, I'll whoop the next one of you who takes aim at me. So good.
Seer must me too.
Oh, Ixie on us.
This will not do.
Let's
Go. Yeah. I've got it.
That's a lot of items we're gonna be able to go sell. Holy. That is a lot.
Enemies ahead.
Let's just leave them. We don't need to. Let's leave at least one of their family alive, one of the Velera. Take over. She just wanted the family dead. Basically, that's with for the instructions. The other, the Veleras, wanted me to kill every single last one of the Bartellos.
For what do you stare at me, priestess?
It's just, I mean, your, hair. It keeps wriggling around like it's got a mind of its own.
Do you wish to touch one? They do not bite.
Would I ever? Hold still. Oh, slimy.
So, it's finished at last. Atello Velera is dead, and you have your reward.
Ezzali regards me wearing a narrow, restrained smile. She places a pouch of coins on her desk. 2,500 copper.
It will be refreshing to engage with accomplished foes for a change.
Ezzali's smile fades, replaced with a distant expression. I thought you'd be pleased.
You have done all I asked for. Take satisfaction in that. If you'll excuse me, I must see to some personal matters.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that either. Not at all. Well, since we're in Queen's Berth, we'll go back to the ship and add another party member. I guess Ader. Haven't had him with us in a while. What's this? Nekataka Guard. Anakaza warned you outsiders. What say Lady Bardatto? The Juana Guard stares down Ezzali with an impassive expression.
I confess, I take full responsibility for the death of Ezzali Velera.
She straightens her back and meets the warrior's gaze. Then I think it unlikely you will ever see the surface again. She nods to the other warriors flanking her, who close in on Ezzali.
Mother!
Take her away. Well, at least she was honest about it and didn't blame us. She could have done that, just said we did it, but then we would have fingered her.
Woe to those who labor in the shadow, for nothing is hidden from Aethys' divine sight.
Aethys. Back to the ship. And I am the Watcher. I do have some influence, especially with Queen Anakaza. Yeah, we, I guess, just need to grab another party member from the ship. Okay, Adair is good enough. Back to Nekataka. Where should we go? We have to go... Oh yeah, let's go to Priki's Overlook. A Principi group notices us walking and approaches us in the streets. What is this? Well, well, look what's finally washed into port. Why... Seraphim stops as the other pirates approach. His fists balled. The heat of his anger flushes my skin, then seeps beneath, simmering my thoughts.
Hold up, Cap. That be Malnage, the High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire herself, awaiting us like a shark in hate.
Keep calm, Seraphim.
Steady as the sea, Cap.
A flash of ice-cold loathing cuts through the heat of Seraphim's anger, threatening to wash over me. Let the visions come. Aching shoulders, aching wrists, aching ankles, bound and gagged, the filthy rag in my mouth soaked through with and briny, every breath like drowning, hanging from the bowsprit, the rise and fall of swells, the sea spray a chilling shock, Malnage shouting from the bulwark. Ignore it, she says. Ignore it and focus, you useless sack of spider shit. Reality rushes back in like an approaching wave.
Captain, I've heard a mess and a half about you. Mostly good. Though I see your tasting company could use some refining.
The Orlin gestures to Seraphim with a smirk.
Typical Malnage. Can't match my skill, so you try to spew shit.
Boy, when you're as old as me, your skill will still be naught more than the untrained fumbling of an Adeiran maid to the refined workings of my mind.
The sailors backing her chuckle. What brings you here, Malnage?
I've heard about your run-ins with Captains Benweth and Ferrante. Meeting the old Principe seems like. Almost makes a girl green. The envy of missing the party.
She grins, her mouth filled with sharp yellow teeth.
I'm tracking a man by the name of Rimaro. Traitor to the cause.
Aren't we looking for that same man? Friend of Seraphim?
Romaro ain't no traitor, you mind-blind sack of squid squirts.
Seraphim growls, fists tight and fur bristling. I feel the anger coil around him and spill outward, and my vision begins to swim. Let the visions come. A sharp strike against my cheek, and my head hits wood hard. The wet of something rolling down the back of my scalp, clumping in my fur, and Malnage standing over me, fists balled, a flash like thunder and copper in my mouth, and then an old man eyes equal parts kindness and rage, hauling her back, shouting her down, turning to me, leaning in, the rage fleeing. The anger slides past, and my vision resolves into the Nakataka street.
Captain, there'll be a bounty of some 4,000 pounds on Romaro, quick or dead. I'd be willing to cut you a tenth of that, here and now, if you give me any knowledge you might have stumbled across on your travels.
She glances again at Seraphim. I wouldn't tell you if I knew.
Careful, Watcher. You don't want to go making yourself an enemy of the Principe Sen Patrena. Anyone aids our enemies shares their fate, you know?
She draws a finger across her throat.
Fare thee well, Captain. See you around, Seraphim.
She turns on her heels and leads her crew away. Okay. Well, that could have gone a lot worse. We have to go speak with Udine at the, whatever that place is, at Periki's Overlook. Luminous Bathhouse. Naked people everywhere. Here's Udine.
Lest there's anything you need, please, let me to mine water.
The woman dabs herself with a warm cloth. You're Udine, right? We've heard you know where we can find Romaro.
Oh, you poxy old salt. Spill what you know before we spill your guts.
Seraphim.
She smiles, an expression both sad and kind.
Romaro described you pointedly. He told me that you would come were ye in danger.
Danger? Nay, not I. I do seek him, though, and I feel that he needs me. Feel it in the deep depths of my furry funsack. If you care for him, you'll be telling me what you know.
He bade me not tell anybody of his plans, ye included. He's left this area, afeard of the danger he fishes on those near to him.
She sighs, a long, pained sound accompanied by a wince. Please help my friend, Udine. He loves Romaro like a father.
He's the nearest thing I got to kin. Why didn't he trust me?
Seraphim's head drops.
He did trust you. He trusted you wholly.
Udine frowns at Seraphim, her eyes wet.
I'll tell you, and trust you to con best what to make of the conning. Romaro treated me as galleon for mine clipper. A stuggy trade, surely, but he insisted that he needed the speed. I can't tell you what he intends, but he set sail for Sayuka, intending to replenish there. That's everything I con, for whatever good it does you.
He gave up the sorcerer? And for what? An elven clipper? Makes as much sense as Doug's on a Drake cap. He'd be easy catchings for any freebooter after his hide.
Who is hunting Romaro besides Melnage?
That salted cockfarce be the biggest threat, sure as shit. But others will want that bounty too. Not to mention a favour comes with it.
Strange that your friend is trying so hard to avoid you. Seraphim blinks, nose twitching. His ears angle slightly back.
Surely thinks he's protecting me. Stubborn as I seem, Captain Watcher. Romaro makes me look the dabbler.
Huh. Okay. We've learned all that there is to learn here.
Aye. And this steam be doing my fur no favours.
He displays a wetted arm, with hair thick and tangled.
Thank you mightily, lass. Enjoy the baths.
He bows to Udine.
Safe travels. The wages of war catch ye up soon or syne.
I understood the soon part, but not the sign part. Very, very interesting accent. Well, we have a bounty in the Sacred Stair and Serpent's Crown. Let's go try to hunt them down. And also, we have to go down into the underbelly of the city and find someone that's connected to Captain Aldous. I think she said it her first lieutenant. Speak with Captain Aldous. That's to go back to her. Oh yeah. I've received a letter from Captain Aldous. She knows I dealt with Benwith, her second-in-command, and now she wants to see me at Fort Deadlight. Find Mad Morena in the Undercroft. I should look for Aldous' subordinate, Mad Morena, in the Undercroft, a cavern hidden from the authorities of the Huana capital, Nekataka. I'm not sure if this person can only be found at night. One of the bounties says she can only be found out at night. And I am curious about this book, though. We have a lot of items to sell. Unfortunately, that didn't go very well with the two families. Now, I have to find... I should be here. The book. Is this it? Burned Book of Law. Yes. Here it is again. How my siblings preened and postured after the events at Hasango, but came no closer to consensus. I cannot stomach such disorder. You didn't need to reignite the Adra lighthouse. Aethys had already gone. You could have tracked him to his next destination, but you opted to help the colony instead. Why? The Huana are... Actually, I did it for the Rawatai. The Rawatai deserve to have their lighthouse back. Now you see what can happen when mortals assemble to meet a crisis head-on. Collaboration on that scale is rare, but also unreliable. My more compassionate and optimistic siblings are no doubt overjoyed, thinking they've somehow gotten the better of me. How wrong they are. So, another of Nekataka's dirty secrets comes to light in a spectacularly dramatic fashion. You should think twice about your Huana friends if anyone pleads ignorance about the dragon beneath their streets. Yeah, I know about that. A dragon is not so easily hidden from the world, much less the eyes of royalty. Outsiders put the Huana in an impossible position. They compromise their ethics to survive. The Huana think the diminishing of their eldest talent is a test from the gods. They couldn't be more wrong. Everything they do is a test, and we observe closely. You demonstrated great loyalty to your Kahanga host by tightening the creature's shackles. A stable society demands hard decisions. So you killed that upstart pirate and put an end to his delusions of grandeur. Bravo. I thought I might chide you for slaying a ruthless and effective leader, but something about righteous vengeance always brings a smile to my face.
If you desire answers, look no further.
Wudika, are you watching everything I do and judging it? Tell me about this enlightened society you once wanted. It was an ambitious plan, our utopia, perhaps too ambitious. We ascended to power responding to a need inadequately satisfied. Assuming these roles gave us the authority to mold Aora over time, to influence you and lay the groundwork for a society yet to come. On the outset of the plan, some believed that mortals would outgrow us, as if that was a favorable outcome. To me, our eternal pantheon was always a critical fixture. Aethys was one of those who supported mortals, while I have always been their most vocal critic. How would you have even recognized that ideal society? A valid, self-defeating question, and one which I posed often. We assumed that they, whoever they were, would reveal themselves to us. Rational government would rule in our stead, leaving churches vacant. Thanks to Aethys, we're pulling the dough from the oven before it's had a chance to fully rise. You unfortunate bastards never had the chance to prove me wrong. Why do the other gods tolerate your opposition? Opposition can take many forms. If a church embraces and weaponizes my doctrine, that is very different from me rampaging as a titan. Aethys is not known for subtlety. Twice now he has contaminated the purity of our experiment, and done so with extravagant displays that undermine our authority. You call what Theos did subtle. His approach was sophisticated, indirect. I owe you no explanations on the matter. You're the one that backed and supported him. Besides, you are not worthy to speak his name. I am the counterpoint to the soft-hearted. It makes no difference if mortals pass some arbitrary test. My mind is settled on the matter. Regardless of my feelings, the timing of this crisis forces us to accelerate our schedule. Final judgment comes sooner than any of us would prefer. Doesn't this social engineering plan seem counterintuitive? You mean gods crafting a godless world? Naturally. My siblings desire to influence mortals and steer them in a proper direction, even if that direction led to places we could not follow. I have no intention of being left behind. Society would unravel without its queen to impose strict order. Yes, so you claim, so you always have a place. What happens if someone proves you wrong? If our pantheon found that mortals had cultivated a perfect, lawful system to maturity, I would not voice a word in protest. I would merely stand aside and await the inevitable collapse. Mortals need us. I know this as well as I know myself. Even a lawful and responsible society would be poised to collapse as long as its architects and strongest adherents were mortal. Any satisfaction that my siblings derived from their little experiment would be short-lived, and it would fall to me to clean up after their mess. So you're right even when you're wrong. Got it. Make no mistake, Watcher. In this, I cannot be proven wrong. So you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.